that I can take those jokes without crying with my camera off.
Greetings from the void. This is Journey Through Miro. I am Nola Moore, and these are my boys. Say hello, boys.
Oh, boys.
What up?
And they will now introduce themselves, starting with the one who always goes first, because I say so.
Hello, I'm the one who always goes first, better known as Steven Stowell or Steven Stowell on TikTok, Lone Jedi 100 on YouTube, nothing here on Twitch where it's originally streaming. I play Yip Yap No Tail Kobold Rogue. In my off time, I yell at people online as they yell back at me. I publish books about it. I have one book so far, and it's not about anyone I'm talking to right now online. I'm working on another one. And more. And I have a YouTube, I have a YouTube, yes. I have a game on my channel, The Tones of Time.
Swag. Hello there. I am Jeremiah. You might know me formally as the Black Doctor, but I go under the new name, Liturgy and Truth. You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, pretty much any place on social media under that same name, Liturgy and Truth, all one word. Here, I play the undead prince, paladin of vengeance, Balgroth the Dark, and on our boy Steven's D&D campaign, I play the illustrious holy turtle Donatello. So yeah, some pretty fun stuff going on.
I am Dale Waters. I'm at Dale Jitsu on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram in no particular order. You can see me on X, where I get blocked by people for thinking property tax is kind of a good idea, and get my correct community notes on the Monty Hall problem rejected because people don't know how to do math. But that is my lot in life. Hi, everybody. Let's roll some dragons.
All right. Who can give me the recap of last episode? Which I'm sure you all remember so very well, right?
We started traveling. We got attacked by not necessarily bees, but more like hornets, like giant freaking hornets. Fought them off. Came to this little inn, this little town, on our way to, I think it's Calaral, if I'm not mistaken. And we were, I think, just about to take our place in this inn. Or in this tavern. Am I right?
Give a man his inspiration.
What was that last part?
We were basically about to settle into this inner tavern we found, if I'm not mistaken.
Tavern.
Or at least thinking about it.
Tavern.
Oh yeah, and like Dale passed out mid session, so we basically carried him out of the city.
No. It looks like the session just ended after you guys fought off those. You guys were gonna sleep in the wagon.
There we go. I have 3 different campaigns going on throughout the week.
That's crazy.
So they're beginning.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I have this one today. I have yours on Saturday, and my local friends, or basically all my wife's coworkers plus me, we've started our own campaign on Thursdays.
Nice. Also, my game will be Saturday next week. Hopefully.
All right. I'll give you a little bit of inspiration, Jeremiah.
A little bit. You can reroll the D20.
How much is half inspiration?
If To be no more than a +4 in effect.
You can re-roll one of the integers.
Now, Dale, did you watch the last session at all?
Do you want the answer that'll make you feel good or the answer that'll make our viewers laugh?
I want your honest answer.
Well, I did not watch it.
Okay. You get no, I'm kidding.
Listen, Harry, oh no.
Okay. Okay. So we start back up. After a good night's sleep, Balroth and Yip Yap have the night prior you fought off the large wasp-like bugs that attacked the wagon, seemingly out of nowhere. And Isaiah, you are no longer in a coma. The sun has risen once again, casting a nice, pleasant glow across the shimmering snow, only broken by feathered branches of pine trees up above. Garson, the one driving the wagon, gets the Vezins moving again as they return to the path leading off northeast. The passing forests only move due to your own perception, and there is not much change in the sparse trees surrounding you. The snowed woods are only a comfort upon observation. Balgroth, you know, trekking out in that blank scape only holds suffering. Creatures made for the environment rush between the trees, eat from their leaves. Vezins traveling in roving packs to the large deer-like corridae that you've seen sparsely sometimes as a child. Within the warm wagon where you three sit, you have the space to speak with one another if you so wish.
So how was it passed out, Isaiah?
You know, I couldn't tell you.
Really? Because I could tell you the experience of being dead.
Not everyone has the opportunities in life you do, Balgroth, but I'm sure you're grateful. So, what did I miss?
I mean, you know, the usual. Saw a few things, fought a few things.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. You honestly would have liked these giant bugs that we fought. I was halfway thinking about getting you one of their stingers for you to observe, but only halfway. So I threw them all away.
Oof.
I'm halfway grateful. What's the ETA?
The what?
How long until we get to where we need to go? That would be for our friend Garcon to tell you.
Garçon? How long until we reach our destination?
I don't know what language that is.
You have to open the window in order to speak to Garson, but he does lean back as you call out to him. Probably another day or two. Through the actual pass, it could vary between 2 or 3 days, depending on the weather.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, he closes the window again.
He's just like, what?
Anyway, back to driving. Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. You know what would be really fun?
What?
If I take some coal and draw handlebar mustaches on him while he's asleep.
Who?
Garcon?
You've never seen this man sleep.
I never sleep either.
Okay.
Hence, it would be a race against time.
Oh shoot! I need.
A full-on war of attrition.
Come on.
Does ZPF have anything to say?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
He's
Riveting
just sitting and watching
conversation,
like a good boy.
guys.
How's my dragon egg doing during all this?
I guess there's enough room in the wagon if you had wanted to. You could put the dragon egg in the wagon with you, rather than the box at the back of the wagon.
Wow.
The dragon egg, at a preliminary kind of look over, it's still glowing. The glowing has gotten a bit brighter. And not on the surface shell, but you can tell that there are, like, with the amount of light that it's emitting now, you can tell that there are several layers of shell that kind of go down into it. And the furthest layers that you can see, which is maybe about 3 or 4 in, have cracks on them now.
Ooh. So, like the inner layers have cracks?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think you might be, this thing might be doing something, Isaiah.
Might be doing something.
Yes. I hope it hatches soon. What's the worst that could happen?
It could eat you.
It could, but hopefully I'll give it something easier to eat.
Such as.
Yeah, no. Well, I have meat I've been saving for it. Some bones.
And you haven't been sharing?
Correct. Do
Dang.
you want to tell this dragon that you ate its breakfast? Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be his breakfast. It could be mine.
So it doesn't have to be his breakfast.
For me.
For moi.
Blatantly steals the food off your plate. Oh, for me, you shouldn't have.
Our breakfast comrade. Our breakfast comrade. Yes, I will. Yep. You've eaten quite well. Let's let the child have a bite when he wakes up.
Yep's like, I am a child.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm the smallest one.
Walgroth, just imagine it. Me riding through the skies on dragon back, dropping fireballs on the people down below.
Ah, yes. What a nightmare.
Oh, you know you love it.
No, if I was the one riding on the back of a dragon, I would love it. I see you riding on the back of a dragon, and I know I'm going to die again.
Walgroth, are you still dead?
Yes.
Hey, you're undead. You're not alive per se, but you're undead.
In all but almost every sense of the word. Yes.
Almost, Walgroth.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Exactly. You're not.
I don't even know what those are.
You're not.
You know what a horseshoe is?
You know what? Close enough.
Yep doesn't know what those are.
Walgroth, close enough for government work, and you're a prince, aren't you? So
And you know horses wash shoes. Do they wear fancy shoes?
I think whores generally wear shoes to draw attention.
Not the. Okay.
Can you all roll perception checks for me?
Oh, okay. Percepciones.
Do not mind what I was doing.
Feel it in my toes.
But what if I want to mind?
Then go find one.
I, as a child, I yield to mind.
Ooh! You're a nut.
Boy, you couldn't see the brown side of a bone if it hit you in the face.
Can I use my familiar?
Yeah, I don't see nothing.
Can I use my familiar to perceive?
If you like, yeah.
Boy, you so blind you couldn't saw a board.
Hey.
I don't see nothing.
Is Isaiah taking the 5 or the 23?
I assume the 23.
It sounds like he should take off advantage when he rolls.
No, because I have a crow that gives me advantage on perception checks.
Crazy, dude. So,
Tracks.
your crow is in the wagon also. It's not outside the wagon. Unless you want it to be. But, moreover, so Isaiah and Yip Yap. Balgroth, you are
He is way too busy being in his own head right now.
literally Gary's singing him a song right now.
Help! Help!
Is it an Amigo the Devil song?
The dead terrorist.
It has a ukulele.
Now, Balgroth, this is a song called Terry's Taxidermy.
Balgroth, did you know you have Tetris in here?
Balgroth, play Pong with me.
I have apps. I have Minesweeper.
Yip Yap and Isaiah, you two hear it before you see it. A hollering and howling display of one certainly not very scared of their surroundings. You look out the window and you notice Garson also recognizes where the sound is coming from. And from over the curve of a snow hill, a pack of very reckless sort of wargs crest with riders of the goblin variety. As they close the distance with pointed intent, I would say Balgroth, by now, you do notice them as they have gotten very close and they are very loud. You recognize these kinds of goblins immediately. Yip Yap, although you've encountered goblins many, many times before, these look odd to you.
Yes.
These
And also,
have-
do I recognize the wargs?
The wargs look like wargs. Their coats are a lot darker than normal wargs, but you would akin that to the environment rather than speciesization.
Okay. I know. Oh, those are danger puppies, not fun doggos.
Yeah. These goblins have pale gray skin that are wrapped very tightly to the frames of the smaller goblins. And amongst them is a bugbear. There's about 4. Amongst them is a bugbear riding, with his fur also gray and speckled, kind of like a seal's. The wargs, of which they ride upon, leap in long strides, barking relentlessly towards you, as the goblins swing long spears or ready crossbows.
Cool. That's bad.
Right?
Uh,
What do I have?
That's a reasonable assumption that these are hostiles.
Effectively.
Wow.
Okay. I do have a hand crossbow. I don't know how much ammo I have for it.
Okay. This one can be the bugbear. I'll just give him a little note there from me.
Darts, arrows, something. Hand crossbow.
There you go.
Should we roll initiative or?
Yeah, sorry, give me a second. I'm getting them all out on the field. This is going to be a lot for me. I will do my best, though.
Why are we putting ourselves so close to the action?
Well, they're very close.
Put me in front of the bugbear.
Okay, Bugbear is the one with the red dot.
Ah.
Just so you know.
Whip.
Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, no. Did I mess up?
Oh, thank God I didn't fail. You guys remember the time I got a -1 on initiative?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And then these guys. And also, because he is also part of this, Garson is going to roll. The Vezins are not at the moment.
Who is this cloaked figure? Is that Balgroth?
That's Garson. I don't have a PNG for him.
Okay.
But that's the guy. That is the
Oh
dude.
yeah, that's the new default PNG token for whatever this website is called.
Roll20.
Because it lost the data for some of my tokens and replaced it with that.
Womp. Sorry, man.
Okay.
Dang.
So start with Garson, who is going to he's going to use his first action to unharness, I guess his only action technically, he only has one, to unharness the Vezins and let them get far away because they've already been kind of hurt once and he doesn't want them to get hurt again at the moment.
Smart.
So they're going to go off to the side a little bit. And that's what he does. That takes his whole turn. Next is going to be the Bugbear, who, on top of the warg, he is going to throw a javelin at... he's going to throw a javelin at Garson. And... that doesn't hit. That was the Bugbear's only turn. And now he no longer has a javelin.
And I would get the worst player character initiative.
Alright, Isaiah, you're up.
All right.
Brilliant. I cast Fireball.
You know what, Balgroth? That is a wonderful idea.
They're also perfectly squished together.
I think I shall, just... It would be something new to just at least try. I'll just, yes.
Oh, God. Okay, so a dex save. God, I gotta do this for all of them. Fails. Okay. 26 fire damage? Okay.
Yeah.
So he gets 26. And then this one passes. Right? If it meets, it beats.
Yes, yes.
So that's half. That one doesn't get it. Oops. And then that one doesn't get it. Bugbear doesn't get it. Nope. Nope. These wargs suck at dex saves. Damn.
Well, they are big dogs.
Hey!
I'm a big dog. All right, yeah.
I'm a big dog.
So you have very badly singed all of them, but they are still alive.
Excellent.
He's still alive.
I'll say that that's my turn for the moment. I'm going to observe what they do.
Okay. Next is going to be this warg, which has a goblin with a javelin riding it, and the warg is going to run. It's going to shake off the fire and singed fur that was inflicted upon it, and with the goblin, it's going to ride over to Isaiah to bite you. There's a 21 hit.
Yes.
All right. So 14 piercing, and you have to succeed on a strength save or be prone.
All right. Strength.
You're kind of weak, bro. Are you okay?
Oop, you're prone.
Oh,
I've been bit.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Balgroth, I've been hit. That's gonna be the warg's turn.
Oh!
Oh, good heavens!
Oh, great heavens!
So, next up, who's this? Is this goblin. And this goblin is going to fire its crossbow, short bow, whatever, at Balgroth. 15 doesn't hit, does it?
Nah.
All right, God. He misses. It gets lodged in your armor.
I just look straight at him like, what were you planning on doing?
Next one. So this goblin is technically riding this warg. You're right. He's right next to you. So he's going to swing at Balgroth with a scimitar. There's a 23 hit.
Yes, it does.
Okay, he's going to go for your neck.
Oh, God.
8 slashing.
Ouch. Jerk.
Ah. How dare you give me a paper cut?
Ow. My most vital area.
Oh, okay.
You finally got me down to my hit points.
Okay. Next up is the warg that goblin was riding on, and it is also going to attack you, Balgroth, with a bite. 17?
Meet the beats.
Okay. That's 10 piercing and strength save.
And a strength save.
Sick.
22.
You got prone. Good job. Now it's your turn.
Time for revenge.
Yep.
Let's see. What can I do?
Sweet
Up to
baby.
3 creatures. Whenever a target that fails before the spell ends was roll a d4. That's going to be my action. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the. Hold on, really quick. Let me take my smite off that. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the goblin that attacked me.
Okay.
Freaking jerk. And so, I mean, you know what Hunter's Mark does, right?
It gives you advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
advantage. Whenever I hit it.
Hit it.
So for my first attack, I am going to, of course, smack at it with my Blade of Vengeance. And
That hits.
that's 9 plus Hunter's Mark, d6,
Mm-hmm.
14, 15.
Right, cool. How do you want him to die?
I cut him in half.
Sick. You slice through the goblin and its weak leather armor as you watch the upper half of its body slip from its waist to fall into the snow, bleeding out, and its legs soon follow, falling on the other side of the now very distressed warg it was riding upon. And it is now dead.
I turned straight to the warg with a sort of intimidating glow, like, "Oh, you're next."
Ooh.
And I bring my Blade of Vengeance up, and with my extra attack the warg. Does a 10 hit?
Nope.
Oh well. I glaze at it, and I basically call that a warning.
It barks at you. Yep, you're up.
Is this war? So this
Help
warg
by
and
Isaiah.
goblin by Isaiah are still alive.
The what?
The warg and goblin by Isaiah are still alive.
See.
Oh. Seconds. Okay. So that's Which one is this again? 15-foot cone. Ah, yes. Yip Yap is going to place his hands together as they morph into one Kiriga dragon head to breathe Kiriga hands wild magic fire cone on these two.
Okay. Does that cone also include Isaiah, or can you choose
No.
X?
It is being cast to not include Isaiah. I'm aiming
All right.
around.
Roll a D100 for the wild magic. What does this do? Dexterity saving throw. Okay.
And the D.
Ooh, critical fail on that.
Yay!
Ooh, dang.
He will be remembered.
Oof.
Not fun.
Yeah. At that distance, at that proximity, with that critical fail, the goblin is rendered to ash, and the warg is half burned and dead. Its body's still on fire as it twitches in the snow. That's a 50.
I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Okay, wild magic. You, despite feeling so happy that you've killed a goblin and it's in its mount, you cannot stop the sudden intense feeling to cry. And you are now crying for the next minute. Whenever you try to talk, you just start to hiccup.
To hiccup?
Hiccup, yep.
That's okay. I've never heard of crying working like that.
It happens.
That
Next
doesn't make the rules. Just reading what you rolled.
is Miss Warg, who is going to run down to here with its goblin, and it's going to fire. Or actually, that can't do anything. So the warg is just going to go there as the goblin gets ready to fire, and fire it shall at Yip Yap with a short bow. Not hitting, I assume.
Well, I did also take it. I did also.
I know. This one's dead. This one is going to run to Balgroth and bite him. 22.
That hits.
12 and another strength save, if you please.
Oh!
Ooh, you're prone.
Can I use my inspiration to reroll?
Yes. Ooh, you're prone.
Inspiration, you failed me!
Most uninspired fall.
Anyway, now you're also on the ground with Isaiah. It was
You
still
kidding
prone.
me?
Food off the ground.
Next is the Bugbear's Warg, and it is also going to run down, and it's going to bite at you, Balgroth. 18?
People ask you if you're fine, and you just have to say you're fine, but you're not.
An 18 hits.
That's another 14.
Are you kidding me?
It just latches onto your
How?
leg and starts gnawing at you. Apologies. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. It is now Garson's turn. He is going to kind of step over you, Balgroth, because you're prone. I guess he could help you out.
Can he?
Well, you're prone. I think he can help you up from that, right?
I am technically the only healer on this team, and a lot of y'all are going to need healing this
Well, he
next
can't
turn. I know that, so you're gonna need to help me out.
He is going to.
It's so easy to get up though, Balgroth. It'll be fine.
Yes,
It's gonna take the entire turn to get up, and you don't have that much health, do you?
It's just half your movement. You'll be fine.
He is going to help you up from being prone. And he is also going to make an attack on this warg with his scimitar, which doesn't hit. Or is at disadvantage anyway. But you're up now. That's his turn. Now it's the Bugbear's turn. The Bugbear is going to look down at Balgroth. And he has a morning star that he points at you and says, "Crowned Prince, I'll have your head!" And he misses. But it was a dramatic... He swings it over your head, and he's like, "Shit." And Isaiah,
you must know that I am hard work.
I am still prone.
Okay, well, you can use your turn to get up.
Isn't it half movement?
It's
Well,
a
we
bit-
know we're about. That's fine. I'll just stay prone, and I'll just cast magic from the ground where no one can hurt me. What spell should I do? You know what I'll do?
Die.
Die. My favorite spell. Freaking die.
I guess I'll just... Your crow is doing this, or are you doing this?
No, I'm doing this.
You're doing this. Okay, yeah. Fair.
Did you say my crow's doing it?
I don't know.
How?
I lost track
what's
of
the
the plot.
range?
I am having Balgroth. Oh shoot! Hang on. Oh no! We're all good. Okay, yes. Balgroth, Garcon, me, Yip Yap, and the horse are immune from this fireball.
Well, the horse represents the wagon.
Well, then I would hope it's immune to the fireball.
The wagon, yeah.
Okay, so Bugbear, that is a dex save. Passes, half damage. Okay, wargs. Nope. All right.
Looks like we're all the wargs are gone.
Does that also include the warg and goblin that are like upper left?
It's
Yes.
150 feet.
Yes, it does.
Fair. That one passes, so that's half damage too.
Well, it's not a 150-foot radius, but it is like a, I think, 30-foot radius.
Woo! 2 natural passes for the wargs. The one the bugbear was riding is dead, though. That one falls to the ground. And then there's the goblins. 6, 16. Okay. All right, this one. Yeah. This goblin up here is dead.
Excellent.
And you put on mage armor. Is that your turn?
Yeah. I technically had it already, but I just wanted to be clear it exists because I forgot about it earlier.
Fair. This warrior is dead.
That's how his eye be moving though when people try to attack him.
This goblin
Athlete.
is going to fire its short bow at Garson. And hits. Oh no!
Garson!
No! It gets him right in the shoulder.
Oh, at least it's not the knee.
Yeah.
Mm.
He gets hit. He doesn't really show much of a reaction, and he takes it and he pulls it out of his shoulder.
Isn't he a rock monster?
He's not made out of rock.
He just rocks.
He just rocks. Next one is the warg next to Balgroth. It's going to bite at you again. Ooh! It's too singed by the fire.
What can I say?
Make it break its teeth.
Alright, Balgroth, your turn.
Okay, so first action, cast Lay on Hands on myself.
Good, yes.
So gonna spend 20 of my Lay on Hands to regain 20 health points. Thank you very much. And let's see, what else can I do? Usually my stuff is only for single targets. You know what? You know what? Is this a... Yes, this is a bonus action. I am going to cast Misty Step.
Sick, dude.
To move over behind the bugbear.
Ooh.
And I am... That gives me an opportunity attack, right?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Sweet. Cast that for advantage and hit him with my Blade of Vengeance. That's both an 11.
Dang, dude. Sorry.
Are you kidding me?
You get behind him and you hit him, he just turns like, Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Yip, you're up.
Oh. Goodness. What can I do? I'm going to pop my head up crying. You can see the tears soaking through the hood that I can see out of, despite it covering my eyes clearly. And little bug killed. Who looks the most hurt out of the enemies?
All the wargs are pretty badly singed. Of the goblin and the bugbear, the goblin is less well off.
I'm gonna fire all 3 Yip Yap's magic missiles into the bugbear.
Oof, okay.
Do I have to click that for each one? I forget how this works.
I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
Oh, goodness.
Brushing the dust off of this, sorry.
I think it's... I have to do it for each one, because if I get a crit fail, they all come back on me.
Oof, okay. None of those hit.
It's not I don't think it's about hitting the AC, because it's still magic missile. It's just if I crit fail, it comes back on me.
Okay.
No, because of the crit, it has to actually hit regularly. Is I wrote a whole paper on hating Jim's magic missile for partly that reason.
Is that how Jim's works?
Now,
Is that how any of this works?
Make a ranged spell attack. Okay, on a hit.
Okay. So yeah, those don't hit.
But you can crit on your damage, which is pretty sick. You can crit on damage, which is pretty sick. Because don't you get like triple dice on crits with that or something?
Scores a critical, the missile does 5d4 force damage rather than 2d4.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't want to get hit with that.
Is that
that would hurt.
Yip's going to sigh and go back into hiding as he's just crying.
Sobbing.
Rivers, like SpongeBob, rivers coming out of his eye sockets.
So you're hiding.
Yes.
Does that mean that any attacker has disadvantage when attacking you?
I think...
Should be.
I'm not sure. Off the top of my head, I have no memory of how hiding works in combat.
What are you hiding behind?
I'm hiding inside the cart, and I'm poking out of it.
Oh, okay. The warg up here, who lost its rider, is going to...
Where is your rider?
Yeah, no, it's going to run over to Garson, and it's going to bite him. Hits. Garson's got to roll that strength save. He's a strong boy. He's not prone.
Where is your rider?
Next, he's dead. This warg is going to... Yeah, it's going to run to Balgroth, and it's going to bite Balgroth.
Are you kidding me? This thing is aggressive.
13.
And it fails.
Don't hit. That one's dead. Now it's Garson's turn. Garson is going to turn to the warg that bit it, and
a little bit of the dog that bit me.
Oh, he can do range attacks. He's going to make 2 attacks with his scimitar. One hits. Does 9. Slashes the thing's muzzle, makes it whine. It's his turn, and then it's the bugbear. He's looking right into your...
You mean to tell me a bug made this bear?
He's looking right into your eye sockets, Balgroth. And he's going to try and swing his Morning Star at you again. With a 20.
1 second. Give me just 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I have this. If I have this prepared. I do have this prepared. Can I cast Shield of Faith? Wait. Wouldn't even work. Go ahead, hit me.
All right. It's going to do 6 piercing, and because this bugbear is a brute, he does another d8 of damage. So that's 11 piercing. With a Morning Star. That's weird. I wouldn't suggest a Morning Star have piercing, but whatever.
I mean, it has piercing.
Yeah, it has spikes on it, but I don't know. I feel like it's more of a bludgeoning weapon. I'm just saying.
Kind of both. That's kind of the problem of damage typing to this specificity. Is you've got weapons that are part and part.
Is
Just
a
put the little boxes instead of the graves
6.
in a big box.
Okay, I'm good.
Isaiah's turn now, I believe.
All right, so we've got a bugbear, three wargs, and the goblin.
Bugbear. Yep.
All righty. You know what? I'm going to cast Mind Sliver
Ooh.
on the bugbear.
Ooh. Okay, intelligence save. Oh no.
He is not smart, is he?
No,
Intelligent.
Oh,
Oh my god, he's an idiot!
boy, you
What?
Smooth brain.
This man thinks the quarterback's a refund. Oh,
All right. It does 10 psychic to him.
psychic damage.
I cast aneurysm.
He grabs his head and like falls to his knee, but he's still alive.
Yes. I'll call that my turn for the moment.
Okay.
He's now going to have -2 to the next save he makes as well.
Gotcha.
Good to know.
This goblin is going to. Don't these things have? Maybe I was misreading something. Anyway, it's going to fire its short bow at Isaiah.
Oh! Fine, but he has disadvantage because I'm prone.
Is a 9. Misses.
Roll again for the 1, no. Well, we'll take the 9 though.
Yeah. This warg. This. I'm so sorry. The cassette in my brain just broke a little bit. It's gonna move over here and it's gonna bite Isaiah.
Well, it does have advantage on me, but he doesn't hit me. I am going to roll to the left, to the right.
It goes for your leg and you just move your leg away.
Yes. I like
Slide to the left.
narrow.
Slide to the right.
The
Just
ball
a-
is your turn
No
once
angle in
again.
here.
Okay. So what I am going to do is I am going to cast Bane.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, maybe, possibly. No, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the bugbear.
All right.
Okay. And so that gives me what? That gives me an addition in damage. No one, yeah, whenever I hit it. So, also, actually, yeah, that's my bonus action. I am going to use my action, one of my actions, to cast Bane on him and the 2 bugbears that I can see within range.
You mean the wargs?
Yeah, wargs. Burn! The 2 wargs that I can see within range.
All right.
So they all have to make charisma saving throws.
Oh, why would you do that to him?
Somebody say bird.
Charisma. No. Charisma. No. And no.
And
I gotta make
so,
sure.
Nice.
so whenever they make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, they must roll a d4 and subtract that number rolled to their attack roll or saving throw. So now they're all put at disadvantage.
Ugh. A D4? Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Is that your turn?
Nope. I am going to use my second attack to attack him. Does that work?
Yeah,
Does
me
16
too.
hit? Yes. Yes. What I'm also going to do when I attack him, before I attack him, I use my first use of flame oil and attack him with flame oil damage.
Whoa!
22.
You got him.
Flame on.
Boom.
I look at him dead in the eyes and I say, "You said you were coming for my head, but I've come for yours." And I win with a huge horizontal slash. I take his head clean off, and with the fire damage, immediately cauterize the wound, calling him to stand and then topple over, dead.
Nice. 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 Very good. Very good. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Yep. Yeah. 3 wargs to deal with, and another goblin still. You're muted, by the way.
I'm going to to clarify. I guess my token should actually be over the horse because the horse is the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I am. Let's see. Oh, how do I want to do this? Do I have something that can just like goes as a beam and hits whatever's in its way? Does Scorching Ray hit multiple targets? No. Oh, yes, it does. One or several.
Crazy.
Make ranged for each. Okay, I can create 3. Oh, I create 3 rays. Okay, yes. I'm gonna use Koboldish Gleeking to cast Scorching Ray. I'm going to aim first at the warg directly in front of me, and then my last 2 are going to be at the goblin behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And before I cast, I'm just going to go, "Goblin, I spit in your direction!"
It hasn't been a minute yet.
I spit in your general direction.
I spit in your direction!
Sobbing. Okay.
I really need to draw fan art of Yip Yap in the Retsoku art style. I got so cool.
Yes, it's so cute. Okay, so it hits. The first one is for the warg. That one definitely hits. You incinerate the dog.
To incinerate your skin.
And then the other 2 for the goblin. Only the second one hits. Right? That's how that works? Yeah. So 2d6. So this one hits. 8. Alright. You light him on fire. He's not quite dead yet, though.
Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna twin spell.
Nice.
And I'm going to cast the same thing again, but all at the kobold, all at the goblin.
Cool. Okay. Yep. Those last 2 hit, and it. Yep. Yeah.
It's little motes of fire.
You watch as the fire just melts the flesh off of this thing until it is just bones, and then those get reduced to ash as before the snow just snuffs out the fire entirely. And he's dead. That leaves the 2 wargs for y'all to deal with now.
Yip Yap had to fight off his siblings from time to time. He has perfect control of his salivary glands.
That's disgusting. Is that your turn?
That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
This warg. I can how to disengage from Garson. It's gonna bite Garson.
Garson.
No.
Oof, hits. Garson, no. Garson's getting beat up this one. Jeez. Oh wait, no. Was that one of the ones affected by Bane?
Yes. Wait, which
with
one?
a D4.
Which-
This org.
No, he wasn't affected by Bane.
Okay, it wouldn't have worked anyway. A D4 it'd still be a 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, saves the strength save though. Takes 9 piercing. Poor Garson. And then there's this one. It's this one is going to.
That one is affected by Bane.
Okay, it's going to go for you, Balgroth, and only doesn't do anything. It's been hit so many times with fire, like its lower jaw is just almost gone. It can't do anything. Garson is going to stab at the dog. Second one hits. 11. Garson chops the head off of this warg next to him. Head's just rolling right now, guys. That
Yep.
Dead. Isaiah, it's your turn.
All right. Is it just the one warg left?
It's just the one warg left. Yep.
Well, I think I'm going to crawl over to it. And does he have any metal on him or no? Is it just like a buck naked warg?
It's a negative.
Well, all right. Then I'm just going to like touch it. Hang on. Let me pass this first before I say this. Actually, I'm going to have my crow come and give the help action. So I have advantage on this. And cast Shocking Grass.
Unlimited.
I'll take the top one. And the 16 hit.
Yes.
All right. Then I'm just going to chop it on the back. I'm going to like get right underneath it and just punch it right in the stomach. Shocking Grass.
All right. You electrocute the puppy. It's dead.
Excellent. Good. Let the electricity flow through.
And that is
And
the end of the battle. Whew.
Also, we're still level 7, right?
Yes.
We have not leveled up, so.
Yes. Just need to check.
So, with the blood pooling from your victory, striking against the snow, casting a deep red shadow as nature's reminder of the violence taking place here, you look over your kill as a way to guarantee they will not be attacking again or rising in some odd resurrection way. You notice that a piece of parchment is still tightly gripped in the claw of the bugbear.
I pick it up.
All right. Let me just clear the board here really quick.
Let me just do.
This parchment, though now wrinkled disparagingly, appears to be an invitation of some kind, written in Goblin upon one side and Common reflected on the other. And it reads, "In honor of His Highness King Donay, ruler of Goblin kind and acolyte of indulgence, the Grand Kingdom of Karkovan, settled in the heart of Kalatopia, requests the pleasure of your company, Crown Prince Balgroth of Once Was Malgroth, at the performative showcase triennial gala to be held upon the 82nd day of Prelimia in the aforementioned Kingdom of Karkovan in His Majesty's estate." And I will copy that into the Discord.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So were we meant to kill them?
You're a funny
Well,
way.
they were attacking you guys. I don't know.
You're a
Well, no,
funny way.
I meant as in like whoever sent the message, were we meant to kill them? Was this a suicide mission?
Yep. It does seem to be. It does seem to be. We were meant to either give this to us, or, he was meant to die. He knew that we were going to kill him. This is obviously a trap.
Well, you're going though.
Of course, I'm going.
Going where? What?
To the
You
Goblin,
see,
of course.
you see, Yip Yap. I'm invited to a party.
Oh, I love parties.
Oh, I also want to add really quick, and I'm putting this in the Discord too. At the bottom of this invitation is a stamped signature that none of you have seen before, but you can assume it belongs to King. It is King Done's royal crest, and it portrays what seems like a simplistic sketch of something riding a limbless dragon.
Oh, whoops. Anyway.
Oh my god. And we're going to take a break here.
Oh, great.
Ugh. So I've been annoying the Church of Christ people.
Ah, fun.
Mm-hmm. It's not my fault they can't win debates.
Well, of course not. But it's funny they always try to parade themselves as winners of debates.
Mm.
So how have you been annoying them? Just because you're reformed and they're not?
I mean, that too. There was the one I actually debated who has not been enjoying me critiquing his everything. I've been reviewing the debate on my podcast. And it's a shame. He was really professional in setting up and doing the debate, but everything else has just been so poor behavior.
Yeah.
Just about everything he says is backhanded, despite pretending it's not. Just, yeah. And then the other Church of Christ guy I debated is getting back in to talking to me.
Oh boy.
While pretending like he exposed me or something.
Right. Have you heard about what's going on with Blake Speaks Fire?
I have, unfortunately, yes. I tried. I made a song about it on my TikTok. I called him out a few, like a month or two ago, about his kind of anti-Semitic remark of saying that Christians are greater than a certain people group,
Right.
or are greater than Jews. Because the very Christian thing to say, any group of Christians are better than
Are
any group
better
of
than other.
non-Christians.
Yeah. You could say that Christians in general are particularly sons of God, but that doesn't make you automatically better than somebody else. All of us are equal under the foot of the cross.
Right.
And it's I don't know. It seems like these people have given into this particular trend of just going on, not necessarily going full Kanye, but inching towards full Kanye.
Yeah.
Or going
Yeah.
full, what is it, Corey Mollers, if you know who that is on Twitter.
No. But I mean,
It's good that you know.
saying that like Christian metal is demonic, wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's what he's saying now. Or are you
I-
on something else about Blake Speaks Fire?
no, I mean mainly about the whole racism thing, but I mean, of
Oh,
course, the ridiculousness of Christian metal being satanic and demonic
yeah.
is stupid. I mean, I thought we grew out of this, 70s, 80s parents mentality. Mm.
Yeah. Uh, I should have tagged him in mine, but last time I responded to him, he called me psychotic, you know, just for getting a little loud and theatrical when pretty much everything he does is theatrical.
And people are crazy. Well, this is what happens when you're on the internet. You know,
Yeah, yep.
everyone's a critic.
Everyone's Hero Forge does not have a good hairstyle for Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 3.
Mm. I actually need to get back on Hero Forge. I need to make a model of my new paladin.
Nice.
Yeah, I've actually in my new campaign, I've sort of gone back to my roots and made not necessarily a Dragonborn cleric, but a Dragonborn paladin. Oath of Devotion.
Your two favorite things: Dragonborns and Paladins.
I
Yep.
mean, hmm.
Okay. So, we resume. You have regrouped yourselves and are back in the wagon. Garson has reharnessed the Vezins. Thankfully, they were not attacked during the fight, so they are perfectly able to keep pulling the wagon along. There is a light snowfall beginning, once again, to maintain the serene alabaster sea in all directions, broken only by the sparse shadows cast by the looming pines, dotted with dark birds that you can see now against the snow. Unsure exactly what kind of birds they are, but they sit high up in the branches in groups of 4 to 5. Nothing really seems amiss here. It's just a nice calm after the confusing, not quite ambush, maybe, probably, you just encountered.
Mm-hmm.
And you can choose to have more conversation here if you would like.
Balgroth is just sitting in the carriage staring at this letter, just sort of, I guess, brainstorming.
Mm.
How exactly do we want to tackle this Trillennial Gala? Should we bring more people with us? Should we come alone? What will await us if we actually do go?
Mm.
Well, you're already heading to Calatopia. That's why you're going through the Goliath's Pass.
Yeah.
Oh, and it is the actual. So that invitation says that the gala is taking place on the 82nd day of Philimia. That is the word for spring in Miro, and it is currently the 80th day of Philimia.
So it's in 2 days. Okay.
Yeah. For some in-character context of Balgroth,
Mm-hmm.
know that galas are not rare occasions. This being a triennial gala means it takes place every 3 years, every
Right.
3 cycles. You've only been to a handful outside. Your parents were never really ones to throw them. And you've never been to Calatopia, but you have experienced some. And whether or not you like them or how you feel about them is up to you. It's just a party where diplomats and people who observe the fighting rather than partake in it gather and talk about whatever it is they like to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I often see it as mainly a place where a bunch of cowards get together and discuss the lives of other people. Um, I recognize royalty and I recognize power, but true power is displayed in actually going and fighting amongst your men instead of sitting back and watching them die.
Hmm. You have heard stories that the types of galas that are thrown by the joked upon Goblin King can be very uh, raucous and dangerous, if not quite prepared, for how goblins can very easily take things too far when let loose, especially with food and alcohol on display.
Are we still talking about goblins right now, or has this moved into social commentary?
It's still about goblins. I save my social commentary for my books mostly.
I save my social commentary for Twitter, thank you very much.
X Jeremiah? Stop detonating it.
Stop.
Don't you threaten me or I'll go full Kanye.
No, I don't want to lose this.
I think the Pope is getting too much attention right now.
Rest in peace. So, yeah, you don't know that much about it, but you've heard stories that it can get a lot. You're not sure why people outside of Calatopia really visit it. You've heard stories that royals and participants from Setia and even Nilith come to see the galas thrown. It's also very commonplace that at these parties it is referred to as a performative showcase. There is usually a play put on or something similar to that during the gala.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna get avatared, or are we gonna see a play of our adventure so far?
Right. Wait. Does that mean like our little boy Prince might make an appearance? Either him or his mom or his
Who
sister.
stole it?
Maybe.
Wait, so
Love
these
these
goblin
goblins.
balls have like people from other nations there?
Sometimes, yeah.
Interesting. And they're pretty well attended?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fair to say that these goblins have big balls. And it sounds like based on the raucous, you could say that they're such big balls that they're dirty big balls.
You know,
You're really pushing it.
Isaiah, get out of the caravan. Isaiah, get out of the caravan.
I may not be a Catholic.
You know,
I may not be a Catholic, but sometimes I do understand the actual confession system.
it's like, I don't know.
Anyway,
Like we went to a party in King Cardine, and like obviously, like she's got big balls, but it sounds like the goblins have the biggest balls of them all.
Hey,
can
Barbara, what
you
you
roll
thinking
a perception check for me, please?
Hey, Barbara, what you
Get out of
thinking
the
Oh, look, it's a Tarask.
And a dragon immediately comes and destroys the entire caravan TPK.
Can you roll perception, please?
Oh, you were for reals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving right along.
You know, group punishment is against the Geneva Convention.
What's that?
Geneva Convention. I think
There's
you
no
mean
Geneva in Miro.
Oh no,
Wait a,
Danica.
wait a second. Let me take off my advantage. Give me just 1 second. That's a percent. Here we go. Nope, keep the 6.
Oh,
I can't see nothing.
okay. What was my notes? Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
With Isaiah and Balgroth doing most of the talking at each other, you are looking out over the snow. Probably feeling very good that you've killed some goblins. It's nice. And you watch as the surrounding trees slowly dissipate and become replaced with large clusters of boulders and rocks.
Boulder.
I'm gonna I don't know. I'm tired. And between these increasing collections of snow-capped boulders, you catch glimpses of a tree, unlike the otherwise endless pines, as you grow closer to the mountains that make up Goliath's Pass. This tree has branches that are long and hang down over a solitary patch of grass, somehow untouched, despite no leaves being on this weeping willow. Although, as the caravan goes further down the path, bending closer, you see that what you thought was just another rock sitting at the base of this tree is actually the form of a person hunched over against the trunk.
Ooh.
Yeah, someone over by that tree guy.
Balgroth sort of looks at where Yip Yap is pointing. He sort of calls out, "Sir, are you okay?"
Amidst the other Koreans, you see no movement. You see no reaction come from this person.
Garson, could you stop the caravan?
Yep, so
He doesn't say anything. He just tugs the Vezins and sits back, crossing his arms as it comes to a stop.
Balgroth goes out to investigate. Does he see anything?
Okay. You go closer and you can tell that there is a cloak over the back of this person, and that is covered in snow along with the long dark brown hair that is covering their face. When you have basically, how close are you getting?
I'm getting close enough to, I guess, sort of try to at least wipe some of the snow off of the cloak.
As you go to do that, the face slowly lifts up and you see a placid expression painted upon the features of a young girl, skin unnaturally pale with eyes that seem like captured thunderstorms. She can't be older than 12, you think. Hello? She says, but it seems unsure of the word.
Balgroth sort of deals with her gently. Hi. What's your name?
I forgot my name. I think my name is Daisy. I know that this is a daisy. And she looks back down and you see what she was hunched over was an unblossomed flower bud. And as she moves, more snow falls off the cloak to reveal a technicolor pattern on it.
Oh, wow. That's a really wonderful looking daisy. But you can't be out here out in this cold. You'll catch your death. Let's go somewhere where it's warm.
I just want to watch the flower bloom. And then I'll move on to something else, I guess.
Well, if you want to wait till it blooms, you're gonna have to wait until the festival, and that's gonna take a couple days, a couple sunrises. You'll die before then.
I've already seen a lot of sunrises. I can stay for a few more.
How does her health actually look?
You can't tell. If you brush against her skin is very, very cold. But you can't tell if it's hypothermia or if she's not entirely human. It's hard to tell.
Well, how about this? How about we make a compromise? How about you sit with us for a little bit? We'll see if you're okay. And then you can come back and see this daisy bloom.
Okay.
Awesome. He reaches out his hand for her to grab.
Isaiah?
I'd like to cast Detect Thoughts on this child.
Okay. Just surface thoughts, right?
I'll start with the surface thoughts and may go deeper.
Okay. So, what you hear as you look into her head a little bit is just kind of some murmuring, mostly as she thinks to herself, I hope they don't take me to the carnival. I hope they don't take me back there. I just want to watch the flowers. I just want to watch the flowers.
All right. Good enough for me.
She takes Balgroth's hand and slowly stands up, and you see that she is wearing under the very brightly colored cloak, she's wearing rather drab long sleeve shirt with pants, and she is barefoot in the snow.
I take her into the caravan.
This is the kid? How old is... Yeah, I mean, I guess Yip Yip doesn't have the best perception of human age, but Yip Yip has met children.
To, visually, it looks like a child that hasn't really reached her teenage years yet.
You've been harassed by children before, Yip Yip.
That's okay. We have a good track record with kids.
Yeah.
Do we?
She follows you into the caravan and just kind of sits down.
It sounds creepy to say we have a good track record of kids as we put one into our van.
I'm sorry. It would be weirder to say we have a bad one.
Why would you even talk about it, man? Why are we putting kids in the van? That's the real question.
We took a kid home and we improved some kids' lives.
Are you talking about this in front of the child?
No.
Okay.
No, they're discussing this as we're walking towards the caravan.
Okay.
I don't see a problem, is that?
And so we walk towards the caravan. I take my cloak. Since we're in there, I take my cloak off of me and place it on her shoulders to help her warm up.
She just kind of nods in acknowledgement to you doing that.
It might be pretty big, but it might keep you warm for a good bit. It'll help you warm up.
Okay.
So your name's Daisy.
I think... I don't know.
Where are you from? Or can you remember?
I was traveling with my father, and we stopped for him to look for something, and I got distracted by the flower, and I wanted to stay.
Am I seeing any surface thoughts of note?
The main surface thought that you see, is her going, I don't like lying. I don't like lying.
Do I, or at least do I detect, or at least some particular signs of her not necessarily being honest, like her twiddling her fingers or her, looking down a multitude of times, anything like that?
She's very much fidgeting with, like, the fraying ends of her Technicolor cloak. She's not making eye contact with any of you.
Well, Miss Daisy, you are welcome to stay with us as long as you like.
Lean in a little bit forward. Right. I lean in a little bit forward and I say, Daisy, I want to help you, and I'm not here to hurt you. But I need you to be honest with me. Can you do that?
She nods her head.
Then I need you to tell me where you're really from.
Dad and I are we're from the ocean. We lived on a ship. But he didn't want to anymore. So we went walking for a really long time until we found this weird place with a lot of bright lights and loud noises and things like that. And he wanted to stay, so I stayed with him. And we were there for a while, but I didn't like being there, so I ran away. And I got lost out here until I found that flower. And I just wanted to watch it bloom.
So you went to a place where there's a bunch of bright lights, probably like a party or a festival or maybe a carnival or something like that.
She visibly tenses when you say carnival.
And you really didn't like it, so you left. What was it? And I want to assure you, I have no plans of taking you back there. What is it about it that made you hate it so much?
There was a really mean man who was very mean to my father, and he was mean to me, and I could hear him in my head, and I didn't like that. And there were other voices, and scary things happened because of those.
Well, I want to reassure you. That's not going to happen to you again. I promise you.
Yeah, we can kill him if you like.
I don't think you can.
Wow, people don't think much of me.
Well, my friend, you don't necessarily know who we are yet. But, did you catch this person's name?
Most people there called him Sir. I don't know if he ever gave us his name.
Mhm.
Dad gave him our names, though, I remember.
So that means if everyone calls him Sir, then he must be someone either of authority or of popularity. He might be the head of this carnival.
He's the leader. Yeah.
There you are, the ringleader of this carnival. Now, let me see if I can't think of something here. What if we go take care of this ringleader guy for you, and you can come and watch this daisy flower bloom with your father? What do you think?
She sits up to look out the window back to the weeping willow and the flower, and sitting in the patch of grass now, there is a crow by itself next to the flower. She looks back down at her hands. I don't want to go back. I don't want to see him again. I don't want to. My dad's different. I don't know if I still love him. I don't know if he loves me anymore. I don't want to go there again. I don't want to go back.
Just because people become distant from you, that doesn't mean they don't love you.
Right.
Uh,
I sit beside her and I pull her into a small hug. I understand that sorrow and I understand that fear. But what I want you to know is that you are among people who are willing to help you. And if I do go there, you won't have to get out of this caravan at all. You don't have to see anything. But I do want you to know that we will bring back your dad as best as we can. And one of the things that I know for certain is that one of the most unbreakable bonds is a parent's love for his child. Even for you. And he boops her nose.
She kind of moves away a bit when you do that.
Creepy man.
Where were you going before you found me?
funny story.
Yeah, funny story. We were heading over to Kylotopia. Just a city near here.
That's where those goblins come from, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And we were going to go take care of those guys.
So you were going through the mountain pass?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't want to leave the daisy alone.
Hmm.
You have any
Isaiah,
guns?
Yes.
is there a way that we could transport plants in an easy way?
I mean, is this literally just a daisy in the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Like, and just how big are we talking? Like this, like a hand, like this big?
Yeah, it's an unblossomed daisy, so it's like less, like maybe half a foot out of the ground.
All right. I'm gonna just assume that Isaiah knows enough about horticulture that he will be able to pack it into some sort of glassware effectively without like, oh no, it needs to have a hole at the bottom or else it'll catch on fire or however plants work.
Roll just a quick nature check.
I also cast Bless on this.
Okay. I'll make you good at botany.
All right. Where is this?
Botany.
Let's see. What is this? Just nature?
Yeah, just nature.
And then we'll add a D4.
Mm-hmm.
I
10.
have a whole burlap sack we could use.
I'm
No,
going to use mold earth to sort of like pick up a chunk of it with the daisy in there and pop it into like some glassware that I have.
yeah. I was gonna say 10 is enough to manage to get it out of the ground without damaging the roots and getting it into something else. As you do that, the crow that was sitting next to it kind of flies away in surprise and flies up to the top of the willow tree where it sits with another crow. And they both just kind of watch as you take the daisy and put it into a vial, or however you do it.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I guess it's like a beaker or something.
Okay.
And
Here you are, Miss Daisy.
now you can watch it bloom anywhere you'd like.
Thank you.
Of course.
Are you going to take me through the Goliath's pass too?
Sure, if you would like.
You should be careful. You know, the screams will make your ears explode.
Oh, my friend, that won't be a problem for me. But yes, we will take extra care.
You have a particular set of skills.
Skills that make some people like us dangerous.
Yeah.
Mostly to yourself, but yes.
But
You could say we have some abilities that really score.
so I slightly turn to Yip Yap and Isaiah. So what do you guys think? I mean, we're already going to go through the pass, but do you think we should check out this carnival mess?
If there's some people to go, I'm all for it.
So, why not? Yeah.
All right then. How about we just spend a day at the carnival?
It's really far. It'll be night before we can get there. It'll probably be night a couple times before we can get there. And I don't like the dark. I want to go where you guys are going. I don't want to go back to the carnival yet. Can I go where you guys are going?
I suppose we can handle the carnival later.
All right. as long as we make sure that this place is safer than the carnival, then I guess we'll let you tag along, huh?
I think anywhere is safer than the carnival.
Hmm.
All the worst things are at the carnival.
Wow. Are there goblins at the carnival?
Are you scared of goblins?
No, but they are some of the worst things.
They're probably there.
Oh.
What are you?
I'm not scared of nothing. Has an entire flashback of his home being destroyed.
She looks up at Balgroth. Are you scared of anything?
No. Unfortunately, I now have nothing to lose. So there's nothing to be afraid of.
I don't think I have anything to lose. Maybe.
Well, then for you, little one, you have nothing to be afraid of. And even then, true bravery is not having any fears, but having fears and breaking through them.
Have you ever heard the tale of Mary the Brave? Mary Bold One?
No.
He starts, or later when they have downtime after whatever conversation goes next.
Garcon,
He'll
can you
explain he'll explain the story about the kids that they helped and he gave names to.
I'll say that you tell that story to her as the wagon continues on, and you just wrap up the story as the mouth of Goliath's Pass overtakes the rest of the path in front of you.
How does she react to the recounting?
She was listening really intently, but you could tell that she was tired, and by the time you're done, she is asleep against Balgroth's side. The mouth of Goliath's Pass is very narrow, and on both sides are cliff faces that reach up all the way past the low-hanging clouds of Sione, and you feel as if they are glaring down at you, daring you to enter. And off to the side of this pass, weathered in a state of abandon, is a dark wood watchtower paired with an unkempt sign at its base that as you pass, you see that it is primarily taking up most of the sign is a phrase in giant language. Do any of you speak giant?
No.
No. I can speak the language of literal hellfire, but not
I can't talk
not
big guy. Well, luckily for you guys, someone or something has carved at the bottom of the sign in common what you assume is a translation that says "Mouth of Pirata." And we will end the session there for tonight.
Oh boy.
I hope you guys enjoyed playing. I hope all the ghosts enjoyed watching. And hopefully we can continue this next week if nothing comes up. And I'll see you all later. Bye.
Good morning.